Welcome to the Los Culeros podcast, where the arrows fly straight and the conversations stay real. We're your hosts, Jose Jara and Josh Peña. We're just a couple of everyday guys with a growing love for the archery, the outdoors, and the journey that comes with both. By no means are we pros or veterans, but we're all in. Whether you're new to the bow or have years under your belt, you're welcome here. This podcast is all about sharing stories, learning from guests, and building a community around the sport we've grown to love. So grab your bow, lace up your boots, and join us as we dive into archery, hunting, and life, one shot at a time.
Back here with Josh again. We're going to talk about TAC, Total Archery Challenge, kind of what to do, what not to do, our experiences from last year, what we're looking forward to this year, and we'll just take it from there. So, what's one thing you would recommend, Josh, um, about the event? Like shoot time. I know we talked a little bit about shoot times the other day. What's your take on that?
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard, man, honestly, 'cause those time slots go really, really fast. Uh, so you got to be ready with the mouse, you know, what I mean, to get your time slots and stuff. This year, did you have a choice as far as time slots went?
So, I think this year was a little better because we already had the whole thing figured out from last year. So we had the group put together, which was just me and you, the name of the group, and then the queue opened up, and I had a couple of choices. Most of the courses were already filled. It was just a matter of picking a shoe time. And I know we talked about doing something a little bit earlier because last year we missed most of the festivities, right?
Right, right. So yeah, that's a big thing. So I think when it comes to shoot time, man, knowing that we have experience now, I think we said this in the last episode. Like we got earlier shoot time, so now we realistically we should be done by lunchtime one, which leaves us. I think the parties don't start till like 7:30, something like that.
Yeah.
So last time we started at 2. Um, got there to the ski lift. Ski lift took about a good 5, maybe 10 minutes, maybe to get to the top of the mountain,
Yeah.
and then we just kind of shot down from there. But um,
Do you remember what happened on top of that ski lift?
oh, that dude behind us
Yeah.
got stuck on the ski lift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
He,
crazy.
he went to jump off it, and I think his backpack got snagged and it yanked him.
I think he had his bow on the bench and he had his arm around the rail and he
Okay.
was holding onto his bow. So when he went to move his bow up and around, it got caught. And I don't think he wanted to let go of the bow or drop the bow, so he ended up grabbing onto the other rail, and then it pulled him off that platform. So we turned around, we're seeing all this go on, and the dude's literally hanging from the ski lift. And I was just talking about that. We got up there, and I was like, first time being on a ski lift, so I was like, hey man, how do you get off of this thing?
Yeah.
Just go to the right. And it sounds pretty simple, but when you get up there, you start overthinking it, and you're just like, what the hell am I supposed to do up here? And I
Yeah.
was I was pretty worried about that. We were able to get off without any hiccups, and then we look back and we see this dude hanging on the
Yeah.
ski lift.
He wasn't a small guy either.
No.
He was a good sized dude.
No, luckily that kid that was running the lift, he was able to push the stop button pretty quick, and we were able to help him get up and out. That was
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Yeah. Could have been us.
Could have been
Could have been
for
us.
sure.
Yeah,
For
but I mean,
sure.
yeah, that's one of those things, man. That I mean, your first time. Uh, I guess you kind of gotta watch the people in front of you if you have somebody in front of you, because we didn't have anybody in front of us.
We did
We
it
were
for a
too
little
busy.
while.
We were taking in all the scenery and stuff.
Yeah.
Colorado in the summertime is pretty cool,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, it was fun, man. I mean, uh, from there we found our first target. Took a little while to navigate stuff, but 'cause we didn't know what to expect. We seen videos about it, right? YouTube and everything, and we didn't know what to really expect as far as how the target layout was. And,
Yeah, it's one thing too to going back and looking at it now. It's us New Mexico boys weren't ready for that kind of terrain,
yeah,
that tall grass, and coming down those little hills. I think it put me on my ass a couple of times. I mean,
It
it wasn't
definitely did
steep.
me.
It wasn't steep. It was just, I'm not used to seeing grass that tall and so slick, and it was laid down. And I was like, oh, that's fine to walk on it. And held up,
Yeah.
bust my ass.
No, it was a bad combination of slickness, slope, and then no traction on the boots.
Yeah,
You know? And yeah, so I ended up on my ass a couple of times.
yeah. Would
Yeah.
you still wear pants?
Uh, yes, but something a little thinner.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't remember what I had. I think I had the Badlands pants on. They were made for mid-season,
yeah.
so they were a little too thick for that kind of stuff. But I think shorts might be fine. We can deal with the grass and that kind of
Bugs.
stuff, the bugs. But I think like light, like I don't know what they're called, like a windbreaker material kind of pants. I think
Yeah,
that'd be
I
fine.
think
Breathable.
maybe the Badlands or screen pants.
Street pants.
Those would be a good fit. The one
Is
thing
that
that
what you had on?
I think I had no, because I had a pair of those and they burned
Oh
when
yeah,
Reynosa.
those.
Yeah. So for any of you guys listening, um, that use that little hitch mount to carry some extra gear on your trips, make sure that the exhaust pipe isn't directly behind your luggage.
Yeah.
We were fortunately nothing caught on fire, it didn't burn anything down, but it got hot enough to where it burned through the fabric of the bag and it burned my pants.
Yeah. Um, yeah, man. I mean, this year's gonna be way different. I think we'll be more prepared this year.
Definitely.
Uh, definitely got to get me some crispy boots. That's a must. How are you preparing this year? Like, what's your go-to setup?
So I think I'm just visualing myself on the mountain, and trying to be one with the mountain. And then, no, definitely we were talking about with the lighter season gear. Something a little like Murano wool or merino wool. Um, sweat resistant materials
Like moisture wicking.
yeah, moisture wicking. So I'm still gonna run a long sleeve. I think long sleeve just for the bugs in the sun, but something real light with a hood, you know,
Mhm.
and then real thin pants. But I'm debating whether to run shorts, man. Honestly, I saw a lot of guys out there showing some leg.
Yeah,
You know,
and calves.
yeah,
I don't have any of those, man.
yeah,
So, uh, well, it's gonna be a no from me, dog.
yeah, right.
No, but yeah, I'll probably go with something a little bit lighter. Probably these things, like I think that these are Magellans. If I can find the same material like Badlands or maybe even some Cooey. Dude. I haven't looked at Cooey at all. Been a Badlands fish for a while.
Yeah, yeah, same
I
here.
think they have some
Yeah.
some stuff like that now.
What I'm not gonna change is my arrow setup.
Mhm.
The My little backpack with the arrow tube in it. That worked pretty good. I think I'll run the same little backpack, just like a little day pack with a hydration bladder. And then I still think I'm gonna take a couple dozen arrows just to be on the safe side. Even
Yeah,
though last year we didn't really use a whole lot, but different courses here. So
yeah. I think I broke at least two arrows on that whole course. 25 targets. Um, I remember I broke one arrow on the armadillo. I hit the target, but I hit the stake on the inside, and yeah, it put some damage on my arrow.
yeah,
Um, but arrow wise, I'll probably pick up another dozen. You know, shoot those Easton Sonic
yeah,
6.0s. I'll probably go with those same arrows, a little bit shorter than what I'm shooting right now.
yeah,
So I need to get well, since I just started shooting those arrows, I need to get both sides of it. So
yeah, definitely.
I'm debating on whether or not I should still keep the glass or
Right.
if I should take it out.
Yeah, I ran the glass on my setup last year. It didn't really mess with me too much. Um, what I will say that kind of helps is make sure you have a battery on your light for your sight. There was some dark little windows that we were sitting in between trying to get some targets shot, and I had to turn my light on my sight. That was one thing that I was not expecting. I was fortunate enough to have a battery in there fully charged, ready to go, because that could have been not so great.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Also, we shot when the sun was right above us too. So,
Right.
with the tree covers and everything, there wasn't a whole lot of dark spots, but yeah, I can see where that might be an issue. It's a bit different this time around though, since we're shooting so early.
Yeah.
So,
One thing that I am gonna get this year that I didn't have last year, and it really changed my opinion on the product when we were up in the mountains, that bow hitch, man.
mhm.
So I'm definitely going that. I got one, but I've been hesitant to put it on because I want to match my bow with it. So um, I'm gonna powder coat it pink. My bow's pink, and throw that on there before we get out there and run that. Because man, having to carry that bow up and down that mountain, that shit was no fun. And then watching you just kind of put it on the bow hitch and just kind of walk around with it, I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
You know,
it really does help, man. Taking all of that weight off your hands and stuff. And, yeah, I mean that's a good way to test it, especially at TAC. Um, it, it, I mean, it's helped me in the mountains, deer hunting. When I'm ready to shoot, I don't have that fatigue in my arms anymore.
Yeah.
And they have so many different attachments now. So you have the backpack strap that hooks up to your bow hitch or to one of your straps, left or right, however you are. Super easy to use. And then now they have what's called the 2A sling. Yeah, that one's universal, so you can use it for your bow hitch, or you can use it if you have the rifle attachment or even the tripod
is
attachment.
that the one that Lily had this weekend?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
it.
sweet.
Yeah, I got that for her Mother's Day.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, that one went on a tour of the United States for a little while.
No way.
Yeah,
UPS or
USPS.
yeah. Man, how'd you hate that? I had a package coming from Phoenix.
Mhm.
It went straight from Phoenix. We're in New Mexico, so it passed New Mexico into Dallas, Fort Worth, and then up to Colorado, and then down to New Mexico. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, this one's coming straight from Albuquerque. And it's a 4-hour drive, straight from Albuquerque, and for whatever reason, they went to Dallas, then it went to Houston, and they went back to Dallas, and then finally El Paso, I think, and then down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it shouldn't have gone that way. I'm not sure why it went down that way. Mondo was really good about it. Told him, hey, my package is going on a tour. Is it supposed to be like that? It's ground shipping.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it's not supposed to, man. Let me look into it. I go, he says, if you need it in a hurry, I'll send an overnight. I said, no, I'm not in a hurry about it. So, yeah. I got here a day after Mother's Day and stuff. Luckily my wife's not one of those ones that's demands a gift right on the day. So, um, yeah, she likes it. She used it. Um, it seemed to work out great for her this weekend. She better than carrying it around, obviously.
And then not only that, but in the wind.
Yeah.
Like this weekend, my boat fell over once, almost fell over twice.
Mhm.
And having that boat hitch, you tie it onto yourself and it's hanging off of you. It's not gonna fall over. It's not gonna get damaged. So
Yeah,
man,
definitely.
watching that, I was like, man, I need to get my ass together and put that one on my boat.
Yeah. Yeah, man. One other thing that we had talked about getting, I'm not sure if you're still gonna get it or not, is the that backpack from was it Muley Creek?
Muley free. Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's right. They make an awesome little backpack. I think last year we went down the rabbit hole of trying to find the tack backpack
Mhm.
they had, and I don't even know if they actually made one or what happened with that because we were looking for it, and we went down the rabbit hole, and I think you found it online, and they were gonna have it. We went to the little booth where they have all the swag. We didn't have one there.
Mhm.
But Muley Freak makes an awesome little backpack where you can shove your arrows in there, your hydration bladder. One thing too that I'm gonna change up this year, take some snacks up that mountain because
Oh yeah.
I was getting hungry halfway down.
Yeah.
I expect to be up there 5 hours.
No, not at all. Because when we shoot 20 targets here, and the courses we set up here are about a mile and a half long most of the time. It could be a little bit further, but it still only takes like 2 hours maybe to shoot. And it depends. But I think what we didn't compensate for is waiting on people.
Other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So um, we started off just you and I, and having a blast and everything. Everything was doing good, and then we got to some people that were backed up because of the people in front of them. And luckily, I mean, they they invited us to shoot with them, so we just became one big group.
Yeah.
What was it? Five of us?
I think it was six of us,
Six of us?
four of them, and then us two,
Yeah.
and the group in front of us was a smaller group, but they were just taking forever.
Yeah.
And that's something else, to keep in mind when you're out there shooting tack is, be mindful of other people. That was one thing that, I noticed everybody was pretty mindful when they were pulling arrows, but there's those people that are, things on vacation, they're taking pictures of everything, they're shooting
Yeah.
their content for whatever they're doing, which is fine. Just be mindful not to hold anybody up. If you start to see a group behind you build up, maybe let them pass through, or maybe not court something right then and there. Shoot a couple of targets and then get back into it.
Yeah.
Uh, so that's gonna be something that we need to adjust to this year too. Because I do want to record us shooting tag. Plan on taking a little camera, maybe my gimbal, and getting some videos of us shooting some targets, which we recorded um, most of it last year on our phones. We have a bunch of
Yeah.
videos and pictures and stuff. So, but
Yeah.
we didn't hold anybody up.
No, because I think we operate a little bit different. And maybe this year will be a little bit different, uh, more filming, I guess.
Yeah,
'Cause, we're not vloggers by any means, right?
yeah,
But
not yet.
no, yeah, that's right, not yet. But we'll get there. But like you said, to be mindful of other people. I see it all the time. You go to concerts, you go to games, and people are with their phones watching the live game in front of them through their screen on their phone. And then they hold it up, and the people behind you have to watch your phone because
Yeah,
they can't see the, the live event. And out there, it was just like pull your phone out, take a picture, take a video real quick, and it's while we're shooting. So we're not really holding anybody up. So you're taking your shot, you're shooting, I'm recording you, and then I draw back and I start shooting my shot, and you're recording me, and then we move on.
yeah.
And
I think it's a matter of just picking your moments.
Yeah.
Making sure that you're not holding it up. Be mindful of your surroundings, and the main thing is being safe.
yeah, that's a huge deal too, man. To be aware of your surroundings at all times.
Yeah.
Because I mean, things happen. Things
Yeah.
happen. I know that incident that happened over the weekend.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. To
Yeah.
hear something like that happen at that, you know, at that stage, that level of an event, that tack is because we shot it last year. By no means are we regulars shooting this event, but I saw it was pretty well managed. Everyone was very careful. The courses were very thought out. But of course, man, you got people out there. Some of them, might not be familiar with shooting a 3D course, or might not understand, um, what you're supposed to do, the etiquette of when you go look for an arrow.
Yeah.
And that was, I think, where that mishap happened, right?
Yeah. I think so too, man. I mean, it's just speculation. I don't know the exact details of what happened, but from what I could gather, he was looking for an arrow,
Mhm.
and nobody knew he was back there, and the person missed the target and hit this guy. And it sounds like he's gonna make a good recovery.
Yeah, thank
But,
God.
but yeah, there's GoFundMe for him and stuff, and
Yeah,
hopefully he does, man. I mean, it's a pretty terrible accident to happen.
yeah, yeah. Because we shoot a lot of 3D here locally, and then even out of town. And one thing that I've always been taught, and we always talk about, doing is if you're gonna look for an arrow, again, be mindful of your surroundings, make sure that you're not holding anybody up. But either place your bow in front of that target, or have somebody at the stake let another person know, hey, there's somebody back there. We're looking for an arrow. Give us a couple of minutes,
Yeah.
to find it.
And see, but in ASA, and I know not everybody shoots ASA, but there's rules to that kind of stuff,
Mhm.
you know. So if you do glance off the target or completely miss, you have, I think it's 2 minutes to look for your arrow, and then you're done. You got to move
Yeah.
on. Same thing with drawing your bow back. You only have a certain amount of time. But if you do miss an arrow, the ideal situation is to get your bow. If you're shooting alone, for example, you get your bow and you put it in front of the target. So somebody knows that hey, that target's off limits right now.
Yeah.
There's somebody back there. And you can go a little bit more extreme and wear orange if you want to wear orange. But I think ideally put the bow on the target, and always keep sight of the stake.
Yeah, that target also. That's one thing that, sometimes we get carried away because we're looking for the arrow. We're not aware of how far we've wandered off left or right, and you could end up behind another target when you do that.
Yeah,
Especially when we shoot ASA. Some of these areas that we shoot ASA, they're not too big. Try to keep everything kind of within reasonable distance. And when you start to wander off looking for that arrow, you could wander off into the path of another target, and that's when another accident can happen there. So um, it's very dangerous when you start getting into that. So my suggestion is to have somebody at the stake, watching where you're going to make sure that you're not ending up too far left, too far right, because you never know.
yeah, no, definitely, not definitely, and it's unfortunately, I mean that it did happen, and it was bound to happen at some
Yeah,
point. It's scary as the president of the club here, man. It's a scary thought to even think of the idea that somebody gets hit by a stray arrow. You know what I mean? We try to set up our courses as safe as possible to, if there is an arrow deflection, nobody's gonna get hit.
yeah,
We don't have targets like back to back or, you know, shooting into the same circle. So we try to make this safe as possible. And I know when they do it, they're in a forest and stuff. You can't really see everything. I don't know exactly how they operate, but from what we could tell, it was pretty safe.
yeah, definitely.
It was pretty safe. I mean, the challenge is keeping your heart from exploding.
Yeah,
Because those other New Mexico boys, now we're down here in the desert and stuff. We're not used to being up on the Rockies.
that was the experience. Also, I thought we had mountains here,
Yeah,
and we've been up there hiking some mountains and getting up there chasing mule deer and all that, but never at the altitude that we were up in Denver,
yeah,
or not in Denver, but in Colorado, and that elevation really, really took its toll on me for sure.
yeah.
You know, Something else about the elevation that you got to think about when you get up there is your sight tape. We dialed in pretty good down here. We go up there, and I was pretty spot on. Um, but I felt like I could have been maybe like 4 or 5 yards off, and I'm thinking it was because of the elevation.
It could have been elevation, man. It could have also been the angles.
Right.
When you're shooting straight across and your sight tape's on, um, there's a lot of techniques that people use, but depending on incline or decline, you either got to add some, take some off.
Yeah.
So that plays a huge factor. But if you're shooting straight across and you're still off a little bit, then I could say, yeah, maybe the altitude is changing it. And I know it is a thing. I just don't know the science behind it.
Right. Yeah, that was one thing that, another great piece of advice here for gear is a rangefinder that has the the angle
Mm-hmm.
on
Longer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be helpful because some of these angles up there are pretty extreme.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, the one that I can remember vividly, dude, is well, the moose was pretty
yeah,
down there too. It was like 108 yards or something like
mhm,
that. And they didn't look that far because it's a big ass moose.
yeah,
But the angle was pretty significant. And then the mule deer map, the one you smoked up there on the
that
top,
mule deer,
one
that would count. Yeah,
because I mean, Jack is it on a ski resort everywhere they go?
I believe so. I don't know if Oklahoma is
Yeah, or San Antonio,
or San
right?
Antonio, right? But for the most part, all the ones that are like northern,
Mhm. Like Utah,
yeah,
Montana.
yeah,
So there you go. That's to give you guys a picture of what it actually is. Like you're shooting down a ski slope
yeah,
in a zigzag fashion. So we went down one side and then went right back up the next. And we didn't expect that at all, did we?
yeah,
We
yeah,
thought like, oh, we're halfway down the mountain, we're almost done, and then have to hike right back up that same mountain and then shoot down the other side of it.
yeah. Yeah, and that was the same thing with that moose that you were talking about in that mule deer. Is the excitement of getting to shoot that distance, but then having to go up and get your arrow.
Yeah.
You're like, oh man.
Yeah, dude, that got old real quick because
Yeah,
like
dude.
then we started doing rock paper scissors to see who had to pull them
Yeah.
out.
Great tip, great tip. Paper, rock, scissors, but
Yeah.
then who has to go pull arrows?
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, that was fun, and yeah, I know we saw uh, a lot of people, a lot of different kinds of people and stuff, and it's men and women.
Yeah.
And I didn't see too many kids.
You
On
know
the
what?
fun course there
You're right.
was a few, but I didn't see a whole lot of kids.
Yeah.
And our kids wanted to go.
Yeah.
And then we had taken off in the morning. Of course, they decided to stay up all
Man,
night.
they were beat. My boys were beat, and I think it's what it was is we drove up there with the whole family,
Mhm.
and then we didn't drive all at once. So I think that's what kicked our butts too. Was we drove to Santa Fe,
Mhm.
and then Santa Fe we went to Meow Wolf that following morning, and then did the Meow Wolf, and we spent quite a bit of time there.
Yeah.
And then from there we drove the rest of the way, and we didn't get there too late, but it was late. And then, of course, the kids were all full of adrenaline and being in the car for all that time. They wanted to stay up late and mess around. So we gave them the option. Well, I gave Charlie the option. Hey, man, you want to shoot this or you want to have like a free day and hang out at the hotel and mess around? And they were more into getting at the pool and hanging out. So they did that. But
Yeah. I had trouble getting Aurora up in the morning.
yeah,
And so we make it to Tack. Uh, we stop for some coffees. We hit the road. We're about an hour's drive to the actual events and stuff, and we still don't know what to expect.
yeah.
And so we're going up the mountain, and we're passing cars left and right. Then we finally get into the parking lot and start seeing all the trucks and stuff. So you start seeing the vendors. So it's kind of like, oh man, this is legit.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. And you had one goal before even leaving town. You had one goal.
Yeah, so a little, and I don't even know if this is something that you can do at TAC or it's frowned upon or what that is, but I had another boat that I had picked up and got it set up with parts from my other boat I had and got it put together. And my goal was to get it sold before we started uh, shooting.
Mhm.
And how long? I think it was like half hour.
I wasn't even out of the car yet, bro. I had parked, and then I think it was a Jeep, maybe a Toyota. They had pulled up next to us,
Yeah.
and then they got out, and you got out. I was fumbling around with something. I guess you noticed that that the younger
So
guys had Matthews
yeah,
boats.
yeah. So the boat that I was trying to sell was a Matthews V
The VXR
VXR.
3,
Yeah, V3R, whatever the hell that
not
V
Matthews.
R2D2 fucking boat Matthews made. But yeah, and I noticed the giant sticker on the back of the window of the I want to say it was a Ford. And
Oh, it might have been.
yeah, it was like a big Ford, like a King Ranch or something. But these two younger guys jumped out and they were all decked out in the Kuyu camo, and one of them had um, the V3X. Another one had a lift, I think. So I knew they had the newer bows. And then the older gentleman comes out of the car, out of the truck, and he has this old, what was
I
it?
think it was a Matthews, man, but it was
Yeah,
old.
it was like an old solo cam.
Yeah.
And I just asked him, I was like, hey man, you looking to upgrade? No. And I go, well, if you are, I got a bow I'm trying to get rid of. You might like it. And I pulled it out and he was like, oh, dang, what is that? Started talking to him and he goes, yeah, I'm interested. Give me your number. And half an hour later, he's
Yeah.
calling me. No, we bumped into him. We ended up
Well,
in,
yeah, it was after we were sitting down with
yeah,
Luke
I hadn't even
and
noticed.
Josh Walker.
I didn't even notice.
They were sitting next to us.
He was sitting next to us and it was crazy because Luke was like, "What the hell?" And he thought he was giving me shit. And I walked over and I go, "Hey, you mind if I take this chair?" And he said something joking around because I didn't recognize him.
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, you can't have that chair." Like messing around. And Luke kind of looked up
Yeah.
like if we were gonna get into some trouble or something. And that's crazy.
That's it. Because that was before we even knew
Yeah,
who they were, right? So Luke was like, man, I thought we were getting a squabble right now.
Yeah.
Man, is he wanting to fight for us already?
yeah. We just barely
He's
met the
funny.
guy. He was already willing to fucking throw
Yeah,
down.
it's like, that's just who he is.
Yeah. Yeah,
But,
so I didn't recognize who he was, and
Yeah.
he was like, "Yeah, take the chair." And he goes, "Hey, man, I'm actually gonna call you right now." you still got that bow, and I recognized him. I'm like, oh yeah, I still
Yeah.
do. I got it.
His name was Joe.
Joe, yeah, Joe, and yeah, I gave him a pretty good deal. Took the bow, and I think we spent that cash before we left the event. No, no, I still held on to some of it, but that's another cool little tip. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's something that you can do or can't do, but
Well, I mean, I can tell you that on the Facebook TAC forum chat
yeah,
thing that they have going on, a little private group, they're selling things in there left and right.
yeah.
The other day I came across the UV site. I don't remember which model it was. They're
Mhm.
selling it for like 150 or whatever. So they do have some good deals.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Little pro tip, if you got a bow you want to get rid of, what better place to do it than
yeah,
when you
just
got a bunch of archers together trying to shoot some targets. So
yeah, yeah, definitely. And I mean, another thing too, like they have a gold tip. If you're a gold tip guy, they have arrows there. I don't remember seeing an Easton tent there, but I'm sure there was.
I want to say that arrow hut we went to had a bunch of different brands because they even had the victory arrows in
Yeah,
there. But that's another, they are marked up a little bit more than they are
on the shelf.
on the shelf. But I mean, if you in a pinch, you need some arrows. That's one
Yeah,
way to
and
get.
they'll cut them there and they'll glue your inserts and everything. And I think most of them are already veined. They're already
Yeah,
fixed.
that was the situation we were in
Yeah.
because my son was going to shoot with us and he forgot his arrows.
Oh, that's right.
So
That's right.
I made him.
So going back to the kids, they didn't want to get up in the morning
Yeah.
and stuff. I was fighting with my daughter, and so we took off and everything, and we are looking for the kids course because they say there's a kids course, and we finally find it, and it's not really
I
that big
think
of a
that's what
deal
was a turnoff for our kids
for
because
both of them.
they're used to shooting the course like with us.
Yeah, and
And the stakes are different.
those are their exact words, man. Because we sent them a picture of the
Right.
course, like, hey, we'll go back and get you guys, and we'll come back if you guys want to shoot these targets. And they looked at the picture and they're like, Dad, we have those targets at home.
Yeah.
I was like, I go, do you want to shoot them? She goes, no, it's not worth it. I was like, okay. And
Yeah.
once simple as that.
Yeah, and we were planning on taking them up the mountain with us. And,
Yeah.
and good thing we didn't.
Now, because I mean, it was brutal.
It was brutal, man.
I'm honestly curious uh, how they would have done. I think
Yeah.
they would have toughed
They
it
would have
out.
toughed it out. I'm sure they would have, but we would have been paying for it later.
Dude, I mean, we were already
We were
paying
paying
for
for
it.
it. Yeah.
Because, okay, so they bailed on us. They don't want to do it. It was fine, right? And we ended up shooting the course and stuff, got back. I had some equipment that I donated to hunters that both Mr. Bowitz there. He had a not a fundraiser, but it was what would you call it? I guess kind of is a fundraiser, but they were looking for donated unused hunting equipment to give to people that lost everything in the fires.
Right.
Like overdose, right? So he had a whole list of things like this person needs all this and this person needs this and this size and if you guys have it, whatever. So I had purchased a bow from an old friend of mine that was belonged to his son, right? And his son passed away, and the bow was just sitting there. And so I asked him about it. Gave him a price. Well, he gave me a price. Told him that's a good deal. Came with arrows, everything. And so I picked it up from him. And I told him I was just sitting there. My intention was to give it to my daughter,
Hmm.
but I think it was like a 50-pound bow.
Right.
So I was like, she's not gonna be able to pull it. She's only a preteen, right? So um, I was like, no, it's gonna be a while before she pulls it. This guy could use it, so I'm gonna hook him up with the bow. I had some spare arrows that some F&Js that I had there. They were already built to whatever they needed, 28 inches, I think it was. Threw in some broadheads. I threw in an elk bugle, um, some camel stuff that I had there. So it's quite a bit of stuff. So gave it to Mondo, and by that time we're on the way home, dude, and we're beat, right? So
Yeah.
I think we stopped for food.
Yeah, we ended up
some
we had
burgers.
some burgers and some
'Cause we didn't eat all day.
cheese curds, you call them?
Yeah,
What were they?
cheese curds,
I
man.
never had those. Those were damn good.
Yeah. So I forget it was at the restaurant's name. I haven't been out there in a minute, but we hadn't eaten anything all day. We skipped breakfast, think, I don't have food there and everything. And then we get there and the kitchen's not open until a certain time. So we basically had 2 beers for lunch.
Yeah.
And then we hit the course.
Yeah.
And we missed the party.
Yep.
We missed shooting for the truck, which
Yep.
was our main goal. That was my main goal.
Yeah, I was looking
Shoot
forward
for
to
the
that.
truck.
Yeah.
And we did shoot for
We shot. There was Sasquatch,
lacrosse boots.
the crispy boots.
No, the lacrosse. I think it was
Lacrosse. You're right.
Was it lacrosse? Was that
Lacrosse. The lacrosse boots. There was a Leopold.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And these are
Jack Links,
steel targets.
steel targets.
Yeah.
Yeah, we shot all those, but we didn't shoot for the truck. Yeah, I just we would have managed our time a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it was just like, we'll shoot for the truck after, because I don't want to mess up some arrows before I go on the
Right.
course. That was the
Right.
whole thing. And so we'll shoot after, and then we get down the mountain. It's already getting dark. All the vendors are already closed down. They're doing, I don't know, was it awards or raffles? They were doing raffles.
They were doing raffles. Yeah,
And,
we're walking down the mountain. You can hear them,
Yeah.
on the
speaker.
loudspeaker. As closer we get, we realize all the vendors are shut down. Everyone's around this little DJ table,
Yeah.
and everyone's done.
And the practice range is closed down. All the novelty shoots are closed
Mhm.
down. So it's like, damn. And we haven't done nothing with the family. We got the wives up there, we got
Yeah.
the kids up there, and they're pretty much stranded because I have one of the cars.
Right. Yeah. And we have two big families.
Yeah.
So for a little more context, for this trip, we made it like a family trip.
Mhm.
So mine and Josh's main focus was shooting one day attack, but we were gonna spend 4 days,
I think it was 3 or 4 days.
3 or 4 days in Colorado.
Well, I think it was a trip overall because
Right.
if I remember correctly, we left on a Thursday.
Thursday.
We left Thursday,
and
drove
back
to
Sunday.
Santa Fe, and we came back Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we drove to Santa Fe, spent a little bit of time with the family doing kid stuff,
Mhm.
meow wolf.
Yeah.
And then Friday we drove the rest of the way. Friday morning did meow wolf stuff, and then Friday we ended up there in Rifle, and then we did attack Saturday,
Denver.
and then we did Denver Sunday.
Yeah.
It was Sunday, so we didn't come back till Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I think.
Because we spent the night in Denver.
Yeah.
So we left
We
Rifle.
went to the bubble place with the kids.
We left Rifle after we went to TAC to the movies.
Oh, yeah.
The next morning we went to that amusement park on the hill,
Glenwood.
and then from there we had to book it
Yeah.
to Denver because these damn people in their reservations. We ran a little bit late, and we called ahead and asked, hey, can we move the reservation forward? And they're telling us no. And we have probably 10 of us,
I think a 10 or 11.
10, 11 of us, and we're gonna lose our reservation and
Yeah.
the money that we put down to go to this place, Bubble Planet.
Which wasn't cheap.
It was not cheap.
Yeah.
And so everyone's stressed out, trying to kind of get off the mountain, which is to get up and down that mountain. It's on a
The trap.
tramp.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to get in line, get off this mountain, and then we end up in the parking lot and we leave there. And minding these roads in Denver aren't straight.
No.
Going
No, so we're 2.5 hours out of Denver, and we have an hour to get to or an hour and a half to get to our reservation.
hour and a half.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. We're cutting time.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, we're not gonna make it. And being positive all the time.
Stubborn.
I'm a negative person. That's how I feel about you, Match Road.
Yeah.
You're positive, I'm negative.
Yeah.
But then we're not gonna make it. It's gonna take a miracle. But that miracle is a gas pedal.
Yeah, you seen that thing on I saw it this morning on TikTok, and it's a quote, and it was like it's a married quote, and it was like being married is it had one person worrying about a problem and the other person saying don't worry about it.
Yeah.
That's kind of our relationship for sure.
That's us.
And
it works.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And,
Figure it out.
Yeah.
And it's It did. I mean, it worked out. We did get there late, but it wasn't
We
late by much.
we got there late. We were probably about 15, 20 minutes late, which is saying a whole lot.
Yeah,
We were 3 hours away,
yeah,
and we made it. I went inside, talked to the young lady at the reception desk or whatever, and told her the predicament we were in, and told her, hey, we have all these people, we already got these tickets. Um, is there any way you can squeeze us in? And she was like, yeah. At that time, I didn't even realize, we could have probably just not had a reservation, and it wouldn't matter,
mhm,
So, but the kid had a blast. Everyone loved it.
yeah,
Great experience overall there. So there's definitely two ways to plan your tax experience. We did it as a family this last year, and my only thing is I told the wife and the kids, just give me one day, to go shoot this course and hang out and do that, and the rest of the time that we spend up there is yours. So
yeah,
on the way back from TAC to the hotel, I'm telling you, hey, we can't bitch about us being sore or our legs hurting or whatever because we asked for this.
yeah, dude. We were, dude, we were toasted, dude.
We got lucky too because we got back and I was expecting they wanted to do something or go somewhere, and they said, hey, let's go watch a movie.
That was another
Yes.
thing, dude. That was another thing. So we're coming down the mountain, right? We're driving down, getting back into Denwood Springs, and you make that phone call like, hey, we're done, we're headed back and stuff. Like, oh yeah, we already booked a movie, or gonna go see a movie. Here's Despicable Me 4.
Yeah.
And it said, yeah, this time. And we're like, all right, cool. And then we look at what time it is, and we got like 20 minutes to get there. So
Yep.
like, fuck. So we still stopped to get something to eat because I was dying.
Dude, we were dying.
And then just hit the road and hauled ass.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I think no, we made it in time. I was gonna say I thought we remember driving straight to the movie theater, but
Yeah.
no, we went to the hotel, picked everybody up, and then went down,
Yeah.
watched this
I
movie. And luckily, that movie theater had a couple of drinks.
Yep. Yep.
And,
I remember on the mountain, calling everybody and everybody's like, yeah, we're gonna go watch this movie. And I go, hey, do me a favor. Can you run to Walmart and grab me a knee brace and some ibuprofen? I was like, I'm gonna need that when I get there.
Sunday morning.
Yeah, buddy. Sure enough, man, we get pulled into the parking lot of the hotel. They're ready to go. They've been cooped up in this hotel, which I mean, it was pretty nice,
Yeah,
but they were cooped up in there all day, so they were ready to get out of the hotel and go. Luckily, the movie theater was pretty close by, and luckily they had some adult beverages in there. And the movie was pretty good. Everyone loved it.
yeah,
We had
the
a good
kids
time.
are super into it. Yeah, they're not. I mean, I'm sure the girls could tell that we were tired, bro.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's
they
just
definitely took pity on us.
yeah, thankfully.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was different from Redozo.
Oh yeah.
And it would mean you get in trouble a lot.
Yeah.
But that's just the love of the sport. But yeah, it was a good time, man, and try to weasel our way back to TAC to shoot for the truck the next day. But
Man, can you imagine if we would have done that? We would not have made that.
no, they would have left us in Colorado.
Yeah. Because we, for sure, because we were thinking we can go shoot for the truck.
Yeah, we'll send them to the amusement park.
Yeah.
And we'll go shoot TAC. We'll go shoot for the
Yeah,
truck.
they shot that down pretty quick.
Yeah, no, you said.
Yeah.
We did say.
We said one day for the guys,
Yeah.
and the rest of the time was for the family. So
Yeah.
we did it.
We did it. Yeah. And,
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
the kids. That's your phone. That ChatGPT wanted to argue or what?
It does.
um, Kids definitely enjoyed it. It was a different experience. The amusement park is on top of a mountain. That was pretty neat. Um, yeah, good stuff, dude. Really good stuff. I wish we had, like you said, the time management team. We didn't think the amusement park was going to be that big.
You know what it was is there was a bunch of cool little rides, but the main one that we wanted to do was that roller coaster down the mountain,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the only one that had like a hour. I think it was between 45 minutes to an hour wait time,
Mm-hmm.
and we were already in line halfway through, and we realized, hey, we're not gonna make it. We had already committed.
Yeah.
So, and that was the one that the kids wanted to do. So, man, I couldn't tell them no.
Yeah.
So,
No, I think my kids went on there, or all
Yeah.
of you guys went.
yeah, all the kids
The only
went on
ones
there.
that didn't go was me, your wife, and then Julie.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we were just chilling and stuff, and it was good, man. It was a good time. and the kids enjoyed it. The bubble place that we made it to in Denver, brand new location.
Yeah.
Um, Seeing the kids have fun and stuff. Mind you guys, I mean, they're not all young kids. You know, my son
No.
was 18 at the time already.
Yeah.
You have what Angels, what 20, something over 20.
Yeah. 20.
So
He
these
was
are
19, 19, 16, 10, and
yeah, so
3.
being that they're teenagers or a little bit older, young adults, they still had a blast. I hope.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone had fun, and that was the thing is that we planned this way in advance, and we kind of we told everybody like, hey, you guys look for stuff to do in this area, and man, we put the girls together, and they found stuff that we didn't even know existed up there.
Yeah.
What we planned
So
it.
it was a thing that's like, okay, Saturday we're doing tag.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. Anything outside of that, you guys do whatever you want to do, and we'll
Yeah,
just
because
tag along basically.
they picked the meow wolf, and we did that, and then the even the hotel, I think they figured out where they wanted to stay. We were just along for the ride. So
Yeah, for a lot of it. Um, but it was good, man. It was good. So
this year will be different though.
yeah,
This
I
year will
think
be
is it
different.
just to be you and I?
I think so. Yeah, I think it'll just be us two. And
I called the resort. Um, they didn't. I guess they were out of the office or something. Never
yeah,
got an answer from them.
yeah, that's weird. So we're looking into trying to camp. I got a 400 with a rooftop tent, little awning on it, and I think we can do a pretty comfortable setup in camping. But we were looking at the prices for that, and it's saying 150 per person. So I think at that point we're better off getting a hotel.
Yeah, yeah, and that's I don't know if it's per vehicle because it says guest, and
Yeah,
then you have to put the name of the guest. So I don't know how many can go under the same name.
yeah,
So I was trying to reach out to them and find out, what the details are, but I haven't been able to get a hold of the resort.
yeah,
I might. Oh, and then after that, this thing this accident happened in West Virginia. So I'll probably reach out to Rob
yeah. We'll see what
the
that changes.
tax and see what he says, 'cause he's the one that runs it all,
Yeah,
and see what he says about the camping out there. Or I might be able to ask Luke too,
yeah. Maybe.
because I know he was upset last year because he wanted to stay there in Glenwood Springs and they
Yeah,
didn't do
something happened
camping.
with the permits last year, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, didn't allow the camping, or I don't know, because I think that was the last date waiting for them to post last year as well, right? Colorado. It seems like Colorado every year is the last one that they figure
Yeah.
out.
So it took a while, and then same thing this year. Took a while, and then thankfully it's in purgatory this year.
Yeah, a little closer.
It's way closer, like 4 or 5 hours. Um, so new terrain, same concept, new terrain. Um, I've been in that area before, so Durango's just right there.
Yeah,
So we have some backup if the camping thing doesn't come
yeah.
through.
I think we'll get that figured out here pretty soon.
Yeah, and then there's a bunch of lakes around there too, man. We'll do
Take a
some
fishing
fishing
pole.
stuff.
Hell yeah, that'd be fun.
But yeah, we'll see. So as far as your experience goes with last year and the gear setup, like how did you prepare for going to tech? Like from the beginning, like okay, I'm buying the tickets. This is how I
Yeah, once tickets are purchased, we know we're going.
was that an easy process?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. So like we were saying earlier, it's just a matter of getting everything set up, which is something that I failed at a little bit this year. Last year I think we were more prepared, but just getting your group set up. So depending on how many people you have shooting with you, just have one person be the person who's going to be making the purchase of the tickets.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives you the option of putting people in a group. So this year it's just me and you, so we put that in the group. Where I failed was I didn't know your personal information,
Yeah.
like your last name. I didn't know that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
birth date, all that stuff.
We've been friends for 20 some
Yeah,
years.
20 some years. I don't know your birthday. So making sure you have all that information, and you can go back and edit it. So have that information there, and make sure you have your card ready to go on file. And then as soon as you get in the queue, you can make that purchase, pick the course you want, shoot time, and then click it, and then you're all set. Once that's done, we know we're going and it's time. You know, main thing that I focused on was making sure um, arrows. So last year I ran the 4 mil um, Easton Access long range, and they flew great, but um, they have that big metal insert in the front, aluminum insert, and they're still a little bit heavier. So this year I'm running the Easton 5.0s, and those are a little lighter. What's cool about those is that it has the aluminum insert in the hidden insert in the front. So I'm gonna run it that way with a 100 grain tip field point in the front of it, and then for hunting season, it came with a collar. I'll run that collar and maybe a heavier broadhead, so keep that weight up front. So it'll be something that I can use for tack and then also for the hunts coming up. So there's that, and then it's a matter of getting your sight tape dialed in, and once that's good to go, then I start worrying about gear. So luckily, um, equipment wise, I'm all set there. Um, I bought some boots last year that are still in pretty good shape. I got the crispy Thor twos, and those things were pretty comfortable. They weren't too bad on the mountain. And
That's something I was envy you about, man, because like I've had the same pair of work boots for a couple of years now,
yeah,
and
well, I had my Under Armour boots. I bought those for my first elk hunt, and last year they gave out. And
now did I have some freaking Walmart interceptors, dude?
dude, I got so
With the
lucky
zipper on
on.
the side.
Did I tell you how I ended up with those Under Armour boots?
Yeah, you found them.
We found them at Ross, man.
Yeah.
So we're school clothes shopping for my kids, and we had gotten that out tag, and so I was like, eventually I need to get some boots, and we're looking through the bins at Ross. My kid's looking for pants and shirts there, and I'm looking through this bin while he's getting some stuff picked out, and I see bottom of a boot, and I pick it up, and sure shit, Under Armour boots in my size, and I look at the price tag, $40. I was like, I'm taking these,
Yeah.
So, and I know those out.
People like you, bro.
Got some luck when it comes to stuff like that. Yes.
Well, I mean, when you can shop in the kids section.
Yeah, right.
There's all kinds of availability in the
Yeah,
kids section.
definitely.
Dude, like there's so many sales that go out on Badlands and stuff. Like, oh yeah, that's 70% off. And I'll look at it. Nope, not my size.
Yeah.
They only have small people's.
Yeah, I'm not getting that lucky anymore. I'm upgrading into some big kid. I'm in the husky section now.
You're not a medium no more.
Still in your kids section, so still in the kids section, but now I'm in the husky section. So
Oh shit.
so yeah. Yeah, but those boots came in clutch, definitely. And then I'm still debating whether to wear shorts or not. Just gotta find something comfortable. But definitely a real thin top, and I might throw something in my pack, like a t-shirt or something.
I would say like those Batman hoodies that you have.
Yeah.
The one you got me, the blue one.
Yeah.
Just 'cause in the mornings it's probably still a little chilly, in the
That's
outfits
it.
and stuff. But something like it, yeah, like you say, you can throw in your pack and it's not gonna take up a whole lot of weight. Um, I think if we have a couple of Badlands shirts that are lightweight like that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Moisture licking.
Yeah.
Licking.
Yeah. If you wanna lick some moisture, let me know.
Different podcast. Moisture wicking.
Yeah. Yeah. But as far as gear, I think I improvised a little bit. Last year I had a 3D chair um, for
What is it? The Elevate?
yeah, that little target archery chair that you can put your arrows in. And I unscrewed one of the tubes out of there, and I ran that in my pack, the arrow tube, and then I put my arrows in there, and then I forgot my bladder, and we happened to stop in this little town on the way to Rifle, and it was a pretty cool little bow shop in there. I think it was like Three Rivers or something Rivers archery shop, and man, it was like a gas station archery shop, and they had a bunch of stuff. So I was able to get field points there. um, I was able to grab a bladder. I think it was a platypus bladder.
Mm-hmm.
That thing came in clutch. And what else did I get from there? Oh, that groove belt.
Oh, okay.
That thing's freaking awesome, man. I'm starting to get a little bit bigger around the midsection. And
It's a little bit.
when I was sitting down driving, my belt buckle kept digging into my belly button. Big kid, big boy problems. And that little belt buckle definitely helped out. And the band on it's pretty elastic, so I came in clutch for sure.
Oh, yeah. I'm not. I mean, back in like high school and stuff, dude, I needed a belt. And now it's like my stomach and my belt both will
Got one
fight with
built
each
in.
other.
Yeah, got one built in.
They fight with each
Yeah.
other, man.
One thing that I wasn't expecting um, to get at TAC, and like I said, it might have been different if the interaction was a little bit different, but those cutter stabilizer bars,
Mm-hmm.
Them guys were super chill, super cool, and it was just like take my money.
Yeah, dude. I mean, they were super fluent with their setup and stuff, and like it wasn't it didn't feel like they were trying to sell it to you. It felt more like, hey, try this out and tell me how much better it is.
You know how it got me was because we got to cruise by that booth a couple of times, and they kept, hey, how can I help you? Hey, what you looking at?
Mm-hmm.
And then he saw me he saw me eyeballing the bars, and he goes, "What's keeping you from wanting to buy this, man?" And I told him honestly, I'm pretty set up right now. I spent a couple of months trying to get this setup dialed in. I don't want to change it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "What if I told you I can get you that same balance that you have on your bow right now, but with a lighter setup?" And I was like, "Oh," he's like, "You're gonna need that in the mountain." And I go, "You know what? I'll give it a shot." And
Yeah.
he took my bow, took the whole stabilizer system off of it, and threw theirs on, and he got it dialed. I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah. He scaled everything.
Hmm.
Weight for weight and stuff, and he had some different thicknesses, colors. Yeah, it was an amazing setup. Now the only thing that would change is probably go with the smaller front bar.
Yeah.
15, I mean, it works great, but I should have got something smaller. Maybe I'll pick one up this time around.
Yeah, and I think for you, because you run the bow hunter
Mm,
class here in town when we do the 3D shoot, so um, it would keep you within tolerance for that class,
yeah,
right?
yeah, that was one of the reasons why I stopped competing too, man. 'Cause it's like, man, I have these great bars and stuff, and I'm not even able to use them because I
Yeah,
was
changing up
running.
your setup.
I had just bought the red line,
Yeah,
the hunting setup, so it was like a 6-inch back and an 8-inch front, and I had just got that, and I think I ended up giving those away.
yeah,
I gave them to my little nephew. But anyways, I had a brand new thing and then stuff, and then you're like, no man, you gotta have these. So you got those put on for me, and then I just had them there because I couldn't use them in my class.
yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stop competing. I got some issues to work out anyways with my
Hmm.
with my aiming, so I want to go. If I have the best equipment, why am I not using it?
Yeah,
So that's where I was at on that stuff. And
yeah,
then it matched my bow pretty damn nice too.
yeah, yeah. And that was so cool because I was running that tan PSE,
Mm-hmm.
and so I got they got like a tan-ish color, those stabilizer bars. And halfway up the mountain, I'm like, man, I don't like the color on these stabilizer bars. And we went back down there. You took in your stand, your
Mm-hmm.
kickstand, and replaced that. And he goes, "What about you, man? You good?" And I'm like, I'm kind of forgetting these colors, man. I wish I would have got black." He's like, "Let me see them."
Yeah,
So he swapped me out pretty quick. Didn't give us, any grief about it.
yeah,
So that was pretty awesome. And
yeah. Super cool guy.
yeah, super cool. Yeah.
It was actually his birthday yesterday, dude.
Oh,
Earl.
no shit.
Yeah,
Happy late birthday to that guy.
yeah, man. Uh, Super cool, dude. Jacked.
Yeah, dude, those guys are big.
Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah. We're definitely not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Maybe this year.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
But yeah, and that's another thing. That's another thing too is all of the vendors there understood their product. They all stand by it.
Yeah.
Definitely make some time to check out the vendors.
And if you don't shoot PSC, don't go to PSC.
That was funny. So we walked by the PSC booth and something caught my eye in there. I forgot what it was, but I stepped into their booth and we're sitting there and he goes, "What are you shooting?" And I was like, "Oh, I got the PSE Levitate." And he goes, "That's an awesome bow." He's like, "Here," and he hands me
A Pete Shepley.
yeah, Pete Shepley 9, and then he looks over at Josh and he tells him, "You'll get there."
Yeah.
And he hands him a knife too.
Holding my elite.
He's holding his elite.
He's like, you'll get there. You'll get there one day.
He'll get there one day. Yeah.
An asshole.
Right, man. Everybody there was super nice, man.
Yeah.
That was
Very
awesome.
knowledgeable. Bunch of different products, man. Even some that we didn't even know about, like your glowing V-loop, for example.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We got to test Leopold's. Well, it's not new anymore, but we got to test Leopold's rangefinder with the Onyx system.
That was pretty awesome.
Pretty cool
That
stuff.
rangefinder was so clear, man.
Yeah, dude, the glass on it is amazing. What else did we see up there that was something that we didn't know about?
I hadn't shot any of the Hamski rests, and talking to that guy about the Hamskis and how reliable they are. And
I'll probably end up switching before we go. I think it's the Epsilon.
the Epsilon's the one I got,
Yeah.
and I mean, I love it. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
The adjustments on there are super easy, super tight, and the whale tail, I guess you call it, the launcher pad.
Yeah.
It's pretty stout. I like that. It's really quiet.
Yeah, and I like about it is that it has the full arrow capture.
The cage.
The cage.
Yeah, that cage is pretty awesome. Yeah, and it comes with a little arrow pad that you can place your arrow on there and kind of get it set before you draw back.
Oh,
So
okay.
that helps out too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that goes on the riser or
it's on the rest.
on the rest in the
It's
front.
on the front of it. Yeah,
Okay.
but it also comes with a pad for the riser for that shelf.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't put it on.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that was pretty cool. Ultraview guys were there.
Yeah.
All there.
That was funny too because the Ultraview guys were there and then the knock on guys. And so I was like, hey man, let's go see if Dudley's there.
Yeah.
So we didn't know if he was gonna be there or not. So we go over.
I was gonna have him sign my butt cheeks if he had that. He wasn't.
Have the D lowercase or what?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we go over there, and you're looking at all the gear stuff. I'm watching you and stuff, and then you're like, "Are you gonna get anything?" He said, "No, I have everything already."
Yeah. Yeah. I was just making I was just keeping counting inventory.
Yeah.
To make sure.
If you guys need any extra stuff, I have it.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you guys not bring?
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's funny.
that was pretty cool. I had just bought the Ultraview sight.
Mm-hmm.
So went to the Ultraview booth. They had a bunch of those there that were pretty awesome. I did want to change out my the color ring inside of the sight, but they didn't have the color I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted a yellow. They didn't have a yellow. Which it worked out because I ended up changing my bow and strings to pink. So now I need a pink one, and I got one.
Yeah. It looks sharp, man. It looks sharp. So we got your bow set up, your arrow set up. Are you gonna keep that same backpack? You can go to the muley free.
I'm probably gonna see if I can get that muley backpack before
I wonder-
we get up there.
I wonder if we can take a trip out to like Sportsman and stuff, so we can actually look at it and see
Yeah.
if it'd
Yeah,
be a good
I
purchase.
think you were the one that was saying they had it at.
They
at
should.
Sportsman.
Yeah, they should have it there. So are you all set on your arrow count?
No, I have a dozen. I want to get another dozen. But I also want to. I haven't shot these arrows yet. I'm way behind.
Mm-hmm.
So I just put these together last night,
Well, I mean, it's not entirely your fault, man. The weather here has been shit.
Yeah, the weather here's been
Like
horrible.
today, for example, is a 30, 40 mile an hour
Yeah,
gust and stuff. It's been like that over well, at least once or twice a week.
yeah.
The wind hasn't really stopped, which is terrible for our shooters here that come shoot with us on our course. But
I think that's the number one complaint, and we have no control over that.
yeah,
I say we, but best targets I think in all of southern New Mexico. Um, you put a lot of thought into the courses and how they get put together. The long range, I don't think anyone does that anywhere near here.
no, and then now we're gonna get that archery motion trade too,
Yeah,
so that's gonna change the game up a little bit too. But it's crazy, man, because like we're in the desert. We have these well, they're mounds. I guess I mean, some people would call them dunes. They're not very tall, but it's all sand. It's
yeah,
all sandy. And
yeah.
what's cool about it is that when you come and shoot one of our courses, even if it's 1 month to the next, and we put the same layout out, it's not the same course.
Yeah,
It,
you get
it's all
definitely a
shaped,
different experience every time.
and it's never the same thing twice. And even like this weekend, for example, I went out Thursday evening to set up 20, right? And then I was there again Friday morning. Saturday we drove around putting the ice chest and stuff out, right?
Yeah.
Sunday same thing. Drove around the course so the tire tracks are being made right through the
Mhm.
whole course and everything, picking up ice chests or refilling ice chests, this and that. Let's see, Sunday evening we had this windstorm come in. Monday morning today I was out there again picking up, and you couldn't even tell. There was no footprints, there was
Yeah,
no tire tracks,
yeah.
it was completely like nobody was ever out there. So that's how much our terrain changes.
It's super crazy. Our new production manager, he tells me today, and it was funny because he was like, you know what this little town reminds me of? He's not from here. And I go, of what, man? And he goes, you ever played that game Fallout New Vegas, where you're wandering the desert and all of a sudden, dust storms are coming through? And I was like, yeah, that's funny. He goes, yeah, that's what this little town reminds me of. And I was like, no shit, because it's always, man. Well, not always, but this has probably been the worst year
This has
we've had,
definitely been the worst year.
with the wind. Typically, it's just March,
Yeah,
and we always say March Madness. It's so windy. But,
yeah. And we've been real fortunate over the last at least 3 or 4 years that
yeah,
we had shoots that the weather was just perfect.
yeah.
Even in the wintertime, it might have been cold, but it wasn't windy. You know, so we have our ups and downs. I think we're getting our ass kicked this year. And yeah, man, I mean, it's not your fault. Once the weather calms down and stuff, and we're
Yeah,
able to shoot outside,
I
we'll,
think I think what I want to do now is since we're a little bit further, I'm a little bit further behind than I would like to have been.
mhm.
Um, jump online and see if I can put together a site tape using the Adams position archery.
I was going to ask you about that. And we're getting off course here, but with Adam's Precision, would you set it up for here,
See, so
or
that's
would you,
that's been
or
the
maybe not?
topic.
What's the other one? Archer's Advantage,
Archer's
right? Does it?
advantage.
And I don't know
So
if you can add the altitude on
I
either one.
think I think what you can I forget which one you can do it to, but um, one of the advantages is that you can do not only elevation but humidity.
Mm.
So you can get a more accurate site tape. So what I was planning on doing was building two, one for here and one for Colorado.
But okay, so I know with Archer's Advantage, you can get the app on your phone.
Hmm.
So if you build a site tape
Yeah,
and then go on your phone,
yeah,
wherever you're at, it'll tell you, okay, it's this far on your site tape, put it
yep,
here, right?
yeah,
So instead of building two site tapes, would that be better?
yeah, yeah. And
Unless your phone dies.
that's actually man, what whose podcast was it?
Because I know they don't allow your phone out on ASA courses for
Right,
that same reason.
right, for that same reason. I believe there was either a podcast or an episode in Outshape
Mm-hmm.
where they had the guy walking them through how to do it, and he actually had like a portable printer,
Oh,
and he was using his phone, so he had it. I think he said he was able to fit it in his vinyl harness
mm,
even, and he could print a site tape like on the fly. Yeah,
that's dope, dude.
yeah, it's pretty sick. And man, I'll have to go back and look at that. I'll send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
That episode. But he even put on the specs like which printer to get, and how to do it off the phone. He's like, if you have iPhone, you can do it this way. And he was talking about getting dimensions correct. So I think he like looked at a quarter, and he fit that quarter inside of that circle, and then from there he was able to print it out to the exact size,
Mm-hmm.
the actual size, um, to get that correct. But yeah, that's one thing that I want to look at, doing that at site tape. And I changed the vane configuration. So hopefully I with the lighter arrow, smaller vane, I get some more distance out of it because I think right now I'm topped out at 105,
Mm-hmm.
105, and that's with the 4 mil.
That's what your cock vein is sticking straight
Yeah,
up.
yeah. So I've also turned it down, and I can gain another like 3 or 4 yards
Mm-hmm.
there, but I'm cutting it pretty close.
What if you move the peeps like?
Yeah, if I move the peep side, I gotta start all over again. But yeah,
Don't start that shit again.
yeah, we'll be here in a week trying to figure that out. But yeah, it's definitely where I'm at there. I'm still debating whether I'm gonna run the quiver on the bow or not.
Mm-hmm.
I said I was gonna keep it on there, to so because it, I feel like it threw me off a little bit. My last hunt, not running it all year and then putting the quiver on.
Yeah, because you gotta change it, especially if you have a back bar, you gotta
Yeah.
change your balance of your bow. It if you run it without it, you probably have to move your back bar more in.
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, I would say if you don't chew with it all the time, it would cause some issues there. It's gonna feel like you're leaning on one side.
Yeah, but the one thing that's changed a little bit is, um, on my setup now, the I feel like the quiver is tighter to the bow. So on
Hmm.
most of these newer bows, they're running the quivers really tight up against the riser,
Yeah,
and I think Matthew started doing it, and I think everyone's since followed suit.
yeah.
So I think that helps out. So it's not.
I'm
Um,
curious to see if because I know you have is that a tight spot or what is it?
so on my old setup, I had a tight spot,
Uh-huh.
and then on my new one, I have that new two-piece quiver from PSC that's specific for the Mach 33.
Oh, okay.
And it's crazy. I don't know if you noticed it, but the way that it sets up is it's actually on the
On the
cable guard.
side, yeah.
Yeah, on that
Yeah, I
cable
was
guard.
looking at it right now. Now, your tight spot is that on the levitate there?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
this other one's way closer, dude.
right?
Way
So
closer.
I don't know if that'll make it too much of a difference taking it off and on, but I haven't taken it off just because I have a hunt this year, so I want to try to stay with that same setup um throughout the season
Yeah.
to get some reps in and simulate what I'm running when I hunt. And that's the reason that I chose those 5.0s because I think it'll be a pretty versatile arrow for both.
Yeah.
And then I even ran the wraps. I did white, so hopefully get some blood on them this year, and I'm able to tell what's going on there.
Yeah.
So,
No, definitely. Another thing that you can do, if you don't want to run the quiver, is MFJJ has that uh, adapter for your front stabilizer
yeah,
that moves it off to the side, so
right. Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah. I
counter
saw
that
that.
weight. So that's an option as well.
That's so crazy because I remember, was it last year, the year before last? You actually ran it that way before they came out with that bracket.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you had the back
The
bar
back bar flipped over.
flipped over to the front,
Yeah.
and you had it offset to one side.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Damn, bro, you got good memory. I didn't remember doing that.
Yeah, I remember you doing that, and I remember seeing that bracket come out, and I was like, oh shit. What about that? What is it called? The mule? That little V bar that comes off of the front stabilizer, that so you can rest your forearm up
Oh,
against it.
yeah, that's more for carrying that, no?
Yeah. You don't need to when you have that bow hitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a bunch of different products, for carrying your bow, but I enjoy the bow hitch. It's super easy, super simple, it's quiet. Um, yeah. Um, some of the other products. Well, one thing I do recommend, uh, having the bow hitch on the mountain is great, but if you do have to put your bow down and stuff, the kickstand, the
Definitely a kickstand,
kickstand. Well, because just say even if you're just sitting around,
especially when you're pulling arrows.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you can lean up against the target. Oh, I saw something today. I get inside track right away, but this dude was pulling arrows. He got one stuck in the shed, and he was pulling it, and the insert broke. and he stabbed himself.
Oh shit,
7 inches in the leg, veins and all,
man.
veins and all.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's another safety thing. Make sure nobody's behind you when you're pulling arrows. So these things could be a pain in the ass sometimes.
what was crazy is one thing that we saw last year, and I was so tempted to buy it. Um, and it's that assisted arrow puller from AAE,
The arrow jack.
Arrow Jack. I almost bought that, and it sounds silly, but man, when you're up there, huffing and puffing, and especially on these long range targets, that shit would have came in handy.
Yeah,
So
especially for people that don't lube their arrows.
yeah,
Um, so we're getting out of hand here. Going back, so you're preparing for tack, right? So you have your arrows. You know what arrows you're going to be shooting. You know you got your bow set up already. Um, what other things do you have planned to prepare?
one of the things that also you need to make sure you have, and it's the same thing when you go out and do your hunt. Make sure you have an extra battery for your rangefinder. Um, you know, I didn't think we are gonna need a headlamp up there, but that would have been handy. We coming down that mountain pretty late, sun coming down. Um, I think a couple of us had our phones out and we're looking at the ground with our phone. Um, making sure you have plenty of water up there. Even one of those little liquid IVs in my pack would have been nice. Definitely some snacks, some beef jerky sticks, something that give you a little bit of a boost there for sure. Extra pair of socks is something that I wish I would have had in my pack. Coming down that mountain, my feet would get nice and sweaty. It would have been nice to do that. And even after um, after the course, to be able to walk around um, without it. Something too is to be mindful of that we did kind of backwards. So we were at the event pretty early. We got there right when it opened, and our shoot time was pretty late. So we're sitting there buying hats, t-shirts, all this extra gear, and then having to carry up the mountain. The parking lot was pretty far away. I believe they had lockers. I think they had lockers there that we could have rented. And that would have been something in hindsight that we should have got. Put some stuff away there. But as far as gear, I think once you're dialed in with your bow, just get some reps, man.
Yeah.
Equipment, that definitely an extra pair, um, socks, an extra shirt, sunglasses, man. I left mine in the car. You had a pair, threw those on.
Yeah, and I'm not absent glasses like 80% of the time,
Yeah,
and the other 20% I don't wear them
yeah,
because I need glasses,
right.
and I can't see with them. So
Save my ass.
yeah,
Man.
so me not being able to see with my glasses on, especially in the shaded areas, I have my prescription glasses, so you're able to use those shades and stuff to help your situation.
Those are pretty stylish too. Where'd you get those from?
Those are Nathan's.
Those are pretty badass.
Yeah, Colorado Bulldog. Yeah, pretty sweet deal, dude. You buy one pair, you get two free,
No shit.
and then lifetime warranty. So if they break or anything,
Hell
they
yeah.
replace them. And actually, the first set I got, my dog ate them.
No shit.
Yeah, the ones you were wearing, my dog
shit.
ate them. Cause remember you dropped them.
Yeah.
Now my bad, brother. Now I don't even worry about it, dude. Because they say if you scratch them, whatever, they'll replace them. So I wasn't worried about it. And yeah, my dog ended up eating them, bro.
Yeah.
When I got home, they ate them. So $25 for a new set.
Mm-hmm.
New set. So yeah, they're great now.
Yeah.
Check them out. Even sunglasses.
Yeah. Extra battery for the rangefinder.
Mm-hmm.
Comfortable bino harness, hydration pack, nice little backpack to put all your arrows in.
Another thing too, like not to interrupt you too much, but you're talking about the little IV packets, right?
Right.
So if you run out of water, there is water on the course about halfway through.
Yeah.
So I don't think you would have to worry too much about.
Yeah, definitely fill up at the water stations. But what we did notice is that a bunch of them didn't have water; they had water jugs. So either you had a flask that you could fill up, or your pack, your bladder. I don't think they had water bottles, did they?
I don't. I don't remember, man. I think it's a big old ice chest.
Yeah,
and
I think you're right.
it had a scalp on it. So
I can't remember.
I think we filled up the water bottles we had. I think that's what we did.
Yeah,
Maybe they had some cups. I can't remember what it was. Um, But yeah, definitely, take enough water at least to get through halfway through the course and stuff, and be able to refill at that station.
Yeah, I want to say they had a first aid station too,
Mm-hmm.
halfway through. They had a guy there watching manning the stations. Um, and then just be mindful of your surroundings, mindful of the people shooting there, and yeah, just make sure you can maintain a nice steady pace because we got stuck behind that group. I think we would have finished a lot sooner, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Because we had a pretty good little pace going. When we got lucky, the group we were shooting with, man, they were pretty good. You know.
yeah. They're pretty cool people too, man. You got to shoot with some great people and stuff. And I guess they had a YouTube channel and stuff. I never got the name of it, but shout
Yeah,
out to them, man.
I know I was pretty jealous of that chick because she said she had shot with Dudley.
Yeah,
I think one of the videos he's teaching her how to shoot 100 and
the
110
Sasquatch,
the
and
Sasquatch.
Mike Pfizer or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
And I remember seeing something like that, and yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I forgot their names,
yeah, same.
but super cool people. Allowed us to shoot with them and stuff, and just shit talking, man. Just having some fun, a good time.
Yeah, I think they broke the ice pretty quick. They started, talking shit, and we were talking shit back, and it was all friendly. It was all
Yeah.
PG. It wasn't anything crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely broke the ice. We were able to, hang out and shoot with them. Man, if they wouldn't let us do that, we would have been behind two groups. It would have taken us even longer, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Definitely. So you got your extra pair of socks, your snacks, your water, arrows. I know you go overboard with it. And you carry 2 dozens with you.
yeah,
But
I
we
think
didn't.
I think definitely I did over. I went was our first time going, and
Yeah.
all we kept hearing was you're gonna trash some arrows,
Yeah.
and then you see the videos and you see that giant bucket full of everyone's broken
But
arrows.
yeah,
So
speaking of the broken arrows, is that they do have a incentive, if you will. It's
oh,
if
that's
you pick
right,
up
we did
trash,
that.
you ask for a trash bag, you go on the course, whatever, you bring back trash in the trash bag, they enter you into the drawings.
Hmm.
So for broken arrows and picking up trash on the course, you get to
Yeah,
have extra
and we did that. We got the
entries.
trash bag, and what's great about that event is not a lot of people leave trash behind.
Right.
It was pretty clean.
Yeah, dude, I
We
came back with like just our stuff, our water bottles that we stuffed
Yeah,
back
water
together.
bottles. There was a couple of broken arrows,
I had a bunch of broken arrows.
some fletchings, um, knocks. But as
Mm-hmm.
far as like snack bags or Coke cans or stuff like that, we didn't see a whole lot of that.
Mm-mm.
So props to them for that, man, because everyone pretty mindful. Everyone's pretty on their game when it comes to
Yeah, they really
trash
do.
behind.
Yeah, they really do take care of the place and stuff. And so broken arrows are mainly used to, I mean, not used, but found by looking for your missed shot and stuff. You'll
Definitely.
find an arrow
Yeah.
or something somebody couldn't get out of one of the trees or shattered on a rock. There is some tough shots. I did break a few arrows. I don't believe I lost any. I think I may have lost one.
Yeah.
It isn't too bad.
No, heck
But
no.
it was one of those things where it's like it's so brushy, we're not gonna find it.
Right.
Let's just move
Right.
on. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'll buy another one.
Yeah. My goal last year was to take one arrow for every target.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, if I would have break an arrow on every target, I'd still be able to walk out of there and at least have a shot at all the targets. And then I wanted to take a couple of extra for the long range stuff, like the truck and then the steel targets, which those were I think those were more intimidating than they were hard
Yeah.
because I think they were what like 40, 50.
Yeah, they were at distance, man. I think we shot the lacrosse boots one first, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
And I shot good. I shot straight through, and it was good. But you're talking like I think it was like 40, 50 yard shot through a 3 inch hole.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
very minimal shit. So if you miss even a little bit, you're gonna hit some steel. And I think I did that one. I want to fish shot and then the other ones though. Did you shoot the Jack Links one?
I shot the Jack Links, the lacrosse, and there was another one.
We did all the free ones.
Yeah, all the free ones. Those were
Yeah.
fun. And it's less pressure.
Yeah. And
I
it's
realized there was three of them.
it's a
Bowtech?
bittersweet moment. I think it's probably Bowtech or the electric bike. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's cool because you're sitting there watching other people do it, and then you hear that ding,
Oh yeah,
and there's like, oh,
yeah.
and it's just a walk of shame. And so,
Hmm.
like, I hope that's not me. And no, we did great. We did
The
great.
only thing that we didn't shoot was that novelty shoot with the little things that flew up.
Oh, the flu flus.
Yeah, flus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we didn't shoot that.
speaking of that, I'm not getting the thrower,
Uh-huh.
but I'm getting the bows.
Okay.
I'm getting 6 of them.
6 bows,
Yeah.
and I think we could probably figure out how to make that.
Yeah. It shoots the target up. I get the arrows.
Yeah.
$5 each.
No way.
Yeah, for the bows.
Dang, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I was like, no, shit, we'll take them.
Hell
So
yeah.
be something fun for the little kids to do.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, we
definitely.
did try that. It was interesting because that's the first time I've seen that.
Right. Yeah.
But they did have a pretty good practice range.
I think too, something that if you want to get your feet wet, and I heard Luke talk about it in his podcast, is he thinks he found the life hack for tack and just shoot the practice range. He was talking about just shooting the practice range, hanging out with the vendors, hanging out with the crowd, meeting and greeting folks, um, instead of hiking up another mountain and just be able to go out there and shoot the practice range. Because even the practice range was pretty stout. They had what, like 10, 15 targets out.
Dude, probably more than that. And it's your standard targets, all your Reinhardt
Yeah.
targets. You got the Caribou. So you have all your practice range. You have the kids targets like I don't remember what it was, like the small stomps. They had some like dinosaur
Yeah,
targets,
yeah.
things like that.
That's,
And, everything that we have.
yeah.
And then next to that was some novelty stuff. We had the electric bikes. Um,
Which I
yeah,
think
it
we had to
was.
sign a waiver. I went through the whole process because I wanted to ride one, remember?
Oh yeah.
And I think I did the online waiver, and then they send you like you send a QR code, they send the waiver, you sign it, and then they like ask you for information. So like interested in buying it, and it took a little too long, so we didn't get to ride it.
Hmm.
But we saw the kid that was running the novelty course. He was on one.
Yeah.
And he was telling me they were pretty zippy and they had pretty good torque on them. As far as locations, what would you like to do next year as far as a location?
Like tack wise.
Yeah, tack wise, because there's a lot of cool people that you can meet at those, and I feel like now that you have Podium Archer going to Tennessee, I feel like we had what Bow Disciples, MFJJ, um, Tim Connor do that one,
Hmm.
and I saw them, post a couple of videos about that, and then do a podcast about how that went, and they got rained out. But then you have Oklahoma. I think Chris B's around that area, so you'll probably bump into him. Dudley goes to Oklahoma. Montana, you have Elk Shape. Um, I think most of the major names go to the Montana and the Utah.
Utah would probably be at the top of my list.
Yeah, Utah would be badass.
We do Colorado because it's one of the closer ones. San Antonio would be great too.
I think it was between that last year, right? It was between San Antonio and Colorado, but I think we picked Colorado for the scenery.
Yeah, and I love Colorado, man. I lived there for a short period of time, and stuff, and I love the scenery there. There's a lot of things to do there and stuff, and we there's a bunch of shoots that were happening, and we've always talked about doing tag.
Yeah.
Ever since we started doing this whole thing, and we finally got to go and stuff, and I think this year would be a little bit different. Well, a lot different actually, because we're gonna drive up on, I'm assuming on Friday.
Yeah, I think Friday morning or Thursday night, maybe even.
Yeah.
And
So we have the opportunity now to do all 3 days, just
Yeah.
to go and hang out. Shoot Saturday, maybe hang out Sunday.
Yeah.
half day, and
I
then
think
drive
from
back.
now to then, if anything opens up as far as some more shoot times,
Mhm.
we could probably
That's
grab
another
some.
thing that people need to be aware of and stuff. Just because you didn't get a shoot time or get online in time, people drop out all the time.
Right,
And
right.
I see it all the time on that Facebook forum. And like, hey, I bought a ticket for a buddy. He can't make it. I'm selling it for this much.
Right,
And you're able
right.
to pick up another shoot time.
Something too, the group that you take, you can have non-shooters with you.
Yeah, they just have to pay
They
for
just have to pay
spectator.
spectator.
Yeah.
So ideally, if you're going to record this tag, is have somebody record that's just going to record.
Yeah.
That way you're not holding up the line with switching cameras or, making this or doing that.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I think even last year we kind of thought about doing a different shoot time because something came available, but we just didn't do it because we had the family with us.
Yeah, we made promises.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah, you're right. You're right. And yeah, so I think that'd be great this year. And even if we go and do just handle business on Saturday and then Sunday kind of hang out and stuff.
yeah.
I'm not sure what the Sundays look like because I think people start closing
Yeah.
up shop and everything. But
It starts Friday, doesn't it?
it does.
So I think if we leave Thursday and even make it there for the vendors and hang out with um, Cutter guys and Mondo and all them,
Mm,
and then Saturday shoot, do the same thing, and then figure out Sunday maybe hang out the morning and drive back that night. But I
yeah.
think we can pull it off. I mean, both of us can drive,
Yeah.
so that'll be cool.
Yeah. Some of us drive slower than others.
Yeah, yeah. It's the old man in me,
Yeah. Yeah. The old man in you that speeds.
No. Um, yeah, definitely the gear, all that stuff. And then as far as, where we're going and how we're getting there,
Mm,
make sure that, with the family, we rented a vehicle. So we rented a van, everybody fit more comfortable. And then, we definitely had to do a lot more stops, with the family, kids and their small bladders.
yeah.
And,
When you're old man with your small
my
bladder.
my old man, my inflamed prostate, you know. Um, but yeah, so it'll be a little bit different. Um, we took the scenic route, I feel like, the last time too, right?
Yeah, I mean, went straight up, but it was pretty scenic.
Yeah, it's pretty scenic. Um, Passed through my town, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lahara.
Lahara.
Oh,
I founded that town.
Huh?
I founded that town.
You founded it?
Yeah.
Back in 1842.
Yeah, no, I found it.
Oh, you found
Yeah.
it? You founded it?
I founded it. But yeah, I think this year will be a little bit different. We'll be able to, kind of go at our pace as far as driving,
Mhm.
and then, it just see how it plays out as far as the camping because we have the rooftop tent, have the canopy with the walls on it, and we have sleeping bags, everything ready to go for that. And then as far as the setup for the podcast, I want to take it with us and see if we can set something up there and have a podcast, after. So it would be kind of cool to be there for multiple days, set something up and do that.
Mhm.
If they have the camping available, it'd be pretty easy to do that.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be a good time, man. It'll be a great time. Um, to be completely honest, kind of nervous this year going in, just because of the issues that I've had with the bow and stuff. And
Right.
um, I talked to Verdugo today, and he's like, "Hey man, I'll lend you a back tension if you want to borrow it."
Hell
I'm
yeah.
still afraid of it.
You know what? I've been wanting to switch to is it back tension? The one that you pull through?
Mhm.
So I've been looking at the Silverback and what is it, the Onyx?
That's the one he's gonna lend me.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
Stan.
sweet, man. Stan.
Yeah. So what are you shooting at?
Right
The hinge?
now, I'm using the hinge. I
Mhm.
have the Too Smooth from Knock On.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah, of course, shout out to my buddy Dudley. Hooked me up with it through his website. I paid full price for it. And but he sent me a nice little signature. It's called a receipt,
Yeah.
so I got that. And then I picked up the hinge from Ultraview, but the first one, not the second one. So
The brass one.
the brass one,
Yeah.
the brass one. And I'm still debating which one to use. I like the feel of the Ultraview.
Mhm.
I think it fits better in my hand, but I need to definitely mess with the tension on it and do that. But I'm just having a hard time rotating through that,
Mhm.
and I think you know the way I'm handling that release, I think it'd be better suited if I had a back tension,
Mhm.
and get it set up to my poundage and work through it, because I think that stand has that safety where you hold it
Oh,
where
okay.
you hold it, and then when you get up to full draw, you let go of that
Uh-huh.
that safety, and then you start pulling through the shot. With me on this back tension, um, you know, on my too smooth, I'm fine, but I took the click out, and on the ultra view, I feel like I'm getting to that click a lot faster.
Mm.
Which I mean, it's
Well,
helped because
yeah, we definitely heard it this last go around yesterday whenever you drew back.
yeah,
You clicked already. You weren't even at.
I wasn't even at full drive.
You weren't even on your ankle.
Yeah, but what's crazy is that when I first got into the hinge
Mhm.
style release, um, I would hear the click and I would flinch. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And I've worked through that. Um, so it clicks, but I'm like, okay, it's supposed to do that,
Yeah.
you know, and that took a little while to get used to.
Yeah.
But now, um, just gotta mess with the tension on it. And that's the thing is I got that release about a month ago, and I shot it pretty consistent for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I was sending you videos of or pictures of my Vegas core,
Yeah.
and I was shooting pretty consistent with it, and then I just stopped using it, man. And we talked about this in the last podcast, like riding a bike.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a little rusty right now, so
Yeah. And I'm definitely rusty when it comes to all this stuff, and it's been hard to work through it, man. I mean, I've got a severe case of target panic, and I'm surprised that I hit anything, to be
but
honest.
you know what's crazy is you're saying you're working through this target panic, but you were pretty successful with this in was it January?
Yeah, but I
So,
still have the target panic.
right, right. So
And
how did walk me through that? How did that play out?
the same way it does on 3D, bro. Where I know what I want to shoot, I know where I want to hit, and I know I'm capable of hitting that shit. But when it comes down to aiming, my pin gets stuck basically in the armpit of the target, right?
Right.
So if it's broadside, it's in the armpit, and it feels like that bow's 20 tons. I
Yeah.
cannot mentally pick that bow up to save my life. I can try to, shift my hips forward. I can try to move my shoulders
Yeah.
back. I try everything to be able to bring that up, and I can't. I can't do it. It doesn't. My brain doesn't let my body do it.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been fighting with. So when I had that buck um, in sight, I was already at full draw, and I was trying to get my pin on it. And everybody talks about the fever and all that stuff. Oh, you're scared. No, I've never been scared to shoot an animal. And my brother will tell you, he's like, dude, you were solid for so long.
Yeah.
Like, you were.
Because he was watching it from binos, right?
Yeah, he was like 60 yards behind me.
Shit.
Taking the video, and yeah, I'm just dead steady, dude. I'm like, yeah, dude, my pin was just it wouldn't go up.
Yeah.
It would not go up. So what I did, and I figured it out in that moment, is I turned my eyes to the does that were sitting right to my right, and I was able to move my bow up from that point, and I can mentally, I mean, I can physically see my bow go up.
Yeah.
So when I looked back through my peep sight, my pin was right on it, and I just pulled through that shot, and didn't punch it. I don't feel like I punched it, but it was right on there, and I squeezed through, and he tried to duck my arrow, and I stuck him. I did him a little bit further back, but with the angle and stuff,
Yeah.
he went a couple of yards.
Fuck yeah.
Died, but it's the same issue I have on the targets, dude, where as long as my finger's not on the trigger,
Mhm.
I can move that bow wherever I want.
Yes.
It's as soon as that finger goes up on that trigger, it's stuck.
Yeah.
I can't move it.
Yeah.
It's
And see that's where I think that that back tension or that hinge would help you.
Yeah.
You kind of lose a little bit of control.
Mhm.
I mean, you can manipulate it and make it go off, but it's a little bit more.
There's nothing to squeeze.
Right.
There's nothing
Yeah.
to pinch. They told me like, oh, have you shot a thumb release? I was like, yeah, I had a thumb release, and my flinch went from my trigger finger to my thumb.
Right.
Because you want it to go
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. It's still a trigger.
Yeah, it's still a trigger, and I'm hoping that the back tension, as scary as I feel it is to use that kind of release, because I know I'm gonna punch myself in the face, bro. I know it's gonna happen. I'm gonna have to be out at Centennial when I test this house. I don't hit my neighbor's house, but um, so we'll see. I don't know. I'm hoping that that's the fix for it, and if it is, then I can try to trick my brain into going back to a
Right.
trigger release. But I'm not totally off, but I am off. It's a mental thing. It's not a physical thing. I can pull my bow back just fine, and I can hold forever when I am set on the target. My pin's not bouncing around. It's pretty much dead steady. I just can't get it up to where I need to put it
Right,
in the 12 ring. And it doesn't matter if it's 20 yards or 100 yards, or it doesn't matter. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and they say like, well, why don't you add more yards to your bow? So it,
But your brain will know.
yeah,
You'll know, and then
because I mean,
it'll be the same thing.
I'm using a single pin, and it's
Yeah.
not the same issue, right? When I shot my buck, I had the multi pin, and I knew he was 55 yards. I had ranged him already, and my 50.
So you split the pins, they were still there.
Yeah, it was still in the elbow, in the armpit. There's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
Even if I tell myself if he's 50 yards, like no, he's farther. He's 60. It's still stuck.
Yeah, your brain's your brain.
Yeah. So I don't know how I developed that issue, but I know it's gonna be a challenge up there. Um, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe I can fix it by then. I'm working on it for sure. And I know it's not something that I'm going through alone. There's a lot of people that have gone through it.
Yeah.
But I picked the brains of some people that shoot all the time.
Yeah.
Say, oh yeah, man, I had that same issue. This is how I fixed it. So
yeah, and I mean, I even watched a bunch of YouTube videos where you hear even like Levi Morgan talk about it.
yeah,
So you know even he's gone
he's a huge help too, man. And shout out to him. But I've seen a bunch of his videos, and he's very detailed about everything that he talks about.
Yeah.
And, Dudley too, Chris B as well. They're all good at teaching.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
So,
I feel like that's a advantage that we have nowadays with being able to, in a sense, pick the brains of those people because it's out there when they put that content out, so
yeah,
you can look at it and you kind of see what they're going through and how they work through these problems, and gives you something to like a good foundation to be able to work stuff out.
That, even the pros go through the same shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it is comforting knowing that, yeah, they're shit 12, 13 time world champ and stuff. And they've gone through exactly what I'm going through. And they're still badass at archery, but they conquer this call.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
It's definitely a help for sure.
Hell yeah. One thing that I've been debating on doing, we talked about my setup earlier. When I initially bought this bow, I wanted an 80-pound limb, and they didn't have any available. I got it right when they came out, and I even had to travel to get the color I wanted, but they didn't have. Some shops had it and I don't know why PSC made it that color, but it was the fucking brown with the olive green limbs. It was ugly, in my opinion. Some people like that, but it was ugly in my opinion.
Yeah.
And our local bow shop was gonna get it for me, and then they found out they couldn't.
Yeah.
And then I went over to High Desert, and they had that color, and I wanted the gray, or like the charcoal gray, with the bronze limbs or the bronze cams. And they didn't have it. And then I started looking around, and I was able to find a shop in Tucson.
Yeah, Stick Sniper.
Yeah, Stick Sniper. And talked to the guy on the phone, said, "Hey, we have it, 80-pound limb." He was like, "I can order you 80-pound limbs, but we don't have it in stock." I said, "You know what? Close enough."
Yeah.
So uh, hauled ass over there, left here super early, got there right when they opened. Talked to them over the phone. They already had set up for me. So grabbed it, came back. And I haven't gone back to order the 80-pound limbs. When I put the new strings on it, everything, the guys at the bow shop were freaking out at High Desert. They put the strings on for me. And I seen them kind of measuring cams and measuring axle to axle. And they go, "Hey man, we good?" And he goes, "Yeah, we're a little confused because we drew it back and it's at 76 pounds." And I'm like, "Perfect."
Yeah.
He was like, "Well, didn't you want 70?" And I go, "No, I actually wanted 80, but that's good there."
Yeah.
No, 74. 74. My old setup, I have the 80-pound limbs on it, which is kind of weird too because that was 80-pound limbs, but I could never get it to hit 80. I got it as close as 76.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with my PSE, man. My drive was supposed to be 70 pounds, and I put on the scale, it's 64.
Yeah.
62. And I say, all right, well, I'll put new strings on, and maybe, strings are worn out or stretched. putting strings on, and it got maybe a couple more pounds, but it was never actually what it was rated at.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, you know, like Joe Rogan says, you're not a man unless you pull 8 pounds.
Yeah,
So,
I'm definitely not a man. I
no,
don't think I ever will be.
no, no, screw all that. It's harder to tune 80 pounds, but it's nice to have that option. And my intentions were never to hit 80 pounds,
Mhm.
but just get it closer to 75, and then get a lighter arrow and kind of reach out there. Um, you know, I have noticed, for 3D it's not too bad, but when we're shooting Vegas, it's definitely too much pound, too
Oh,
too too much poundage.
yeah,
20 yards, you don't need that. And then you look like a dumbass trying to pull the arrows out of the fucking
yeah.
target. Everyone's already at the line and you're still pulling arrows because they're
Yeah.
so far in there. You know.
Pulling those arrows is about the same as pulling 80 pounds.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
shooting
I remember we shot league, and I'm the only one left trying to pull the arrows out, and the guy that's scoring is trying to help me pull the arrows out because we can't get them out. Um, but yeah, that's one thing that I'm still debating whether to change or not, for tack, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I want to shoot these arrows and see what the side tape looks like. If it's 120, 125, there's no need to change it, but we'll see. We'll see
Mm.
what that.
I think I'm gonna go with that same vein configuration you're running there, man. I like them.
Yeah, yeah.
Air razors.
Those air razors, they're a
Those
little
are
lighter.
23s, right?
Air Razor 23s, they're a little lighter, but they're stiff.
Mm-hmm.
And we sent a few downrange at this last shoot in the wind, and they flew pretty good. So
Yeah. I noticed that Verdugo was shooting the DCAs. So I
DCAs,
think they use some, right?
yeah,
DCAs.
yeah.
And I
So
asked him, how do you like them? And he said, oh, yeah, they work great. And then Blankenship was like, yeah, they're super quiet, man.
yeah,
I was like, when I had them, bro, they would whistle.
yeah,
And I couldn't hear it, but you heard it.
yeah, yeah. Me and George were like, "What? Why is your bow whistling at us, man?"
Yeah,
You know?
it would whistle. And I don't know, I don't know why, but it was every arrow would whistle like that.
Yeah,
And, yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. 'Cause I could never hear it being behind the bow, but
right.
you guys said that it would whistle. Uh, but yeah, I'm very interested in these air razors and stuff. And, 23s are the smallest they go, or
I think so.
low
23s,
profile?
yeah, 23s, and then they have the Talons, which are I tried, didn't like them.
Mm.
They're a lot bigger. They almost look like trad baits,
Oh, okay.
and I didn't like those
There you
too
go.
much. But um, I fletched them up for Chewy, and he liked them, so he liked those. Um, I was actually trying to get something closer to the AAE Max,
Mm.
and I think I should have ordered the 26s because they're about the same size. But going back into setup for tack, you want a smaller vane to be
Yeah.
able to get some clearance from the scope, um, to get some further distances out there. So
Mm.
that's we'll see.
So as far as your bow setup goes, what are you running on everything?
So this year I got the PSC Mach 33 in the charcoal gray. I got the UltraView sight on there with the single pin and 6 power lens on that, cutter stabilizer bars, and the Hamsky Epsilon rest, and the Hamsky Raptor peep,
Mm.
and that thing works pretty good. What's cool about that setup is the aperture. You can change that. So for 3D tag, I'll run a single pin, and then when it comes time to hunt, I'm able to change out the pin to a 3 pin, and then I can change the aperture
Mm.
uh, to match that. It gives me a clearer picture. The only thing that I don't like about this setup, and it was a kind of a give and take, is I have the Picatinny sight on it.
Mm.
So you can't torque tune it. And it's set at that length. Um, I ran the dovetail last year, and that gives you a little bit more adjustability. And they say the closer the housing to the bow, the steadier your your shot is,
Mm.
and the further out, the less accurate it gets. Um, I didn't know that, and I think when we first started shooting, I ran a 6 or an 8 inch dovetail, and I just thought it looked cool, so I ran it
Yeah,
further out.
yeah. So the farther out your sight is, the less room
That's
for error you
yeah,
got. The margin of error is greater when you have your sight all the way out. And I was the same way, man. Um, shit, I think I have the dovetail. I think it's an 8 inch dovetail, maybe.
yeah,
But I had that sucker all the way out.
yeah,
Yeah, I wanted it small to be real fine. And then, of course, shit happens and stuff. Now, not as accurate as I used to be, but I've moved it in since. And speaking of that, I might move it in a little bit more since I have to reset everything anyways with
yeah,
the new arrows. So I might actually move it in more. And I think if I do that, my sight tape would be a lot smaller.
yeah.
Is that the way that works?
I think
That
so.
sounds right.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so yeah, the good stuff. Your strings.
Strings. I'm running the center punch strings. I ran those last year on my Levitate,
Uh-huh.
and with them it's just their New Mexico bowstring company. We see the guys come down here and support us, so why not support them?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
We
they
try
come
to
down
keep it
here and shoot.
local as much as possible.
Yeah, definitely, man. You know,
Yeah. Andrew Pena with Center Punch. He's avid in the archery world too. He's pretty damn good too. From northern New Mexico, and yeah, he has come down here.
yeah,
I think he might be down here for states.
no shit.
Yeah,
That's coming up
that's yeah July.
July. And then one thing that I found at TAC last year was the dilute material.
Mm-hmm.
Dilute material that has like a fluorescent strand through there. So what's cool about that is you can hit it with the UV light and it glows. So in low light, I typically carry my my little flashlight. It has a flashlight, laser pointer, and a UV light, and you can hit it with that, and it glows. And then in low light, it's easier for you to find that
Yeah.
dilute. So something I didn't know either um, about the UV light and being in southern New Mexico, you can hit the ground with that light, and you can pick up like scorpions or bugs that are walking around.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty good because I'm freaking terrified of spiders. So we were messing with it at work the other day. We had a late night, and we're in the parking lot, and I was using the UV light, and I actually seen a wolf spider.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, So that's pretty cool. A little bit scary to think about, but
Yeah.
yeah, that worked out pretty cool. And yeah, that was something that um walking around the vendors, we found that. The only thing that I didn't realize was when I bought it, I thought I was gonna get it right then and there, and it turns out it was getting shipped to my house. So,
Mm-hmm.
but it worked out. It worked out.
Yeah. Yeah. That was I forgot what his name was or even what the company was, man. But super cool guy to talk to and stuff. And he had a couple of different products there. But that was what else did you get from him? The dealer
Oh
material?
man, I
You
got
got
that.
something else.
It's like a phone. It's
Oh,
it's,
was that
it's
a
for
magnet?
it's for a tree stand, but it
Oh,
was
yeah, that's right. The lanyard.
the lanyard. Yeah, but I was able to retrofit it into my vinyl harness. But since then, we found out that Mondo has something similar. So I'm gonna try to grab that this year and see what that does. I ran it for a little bit in the 3D course this year, but then I realized that they had changed the rules, and you're not even supposed to have your cell phone out. So I left that, put that away, and left my phone in my pocket, and never touched it. Something too. It just depends on who you shoot with, I guess.
Yeah.
They can be pretty,
Tough
pretty,
on the rules.
yeah, tough on the rules. So
Yeah. That's good, man. That's good. They got a good setup there, and we got about a month and a half, maybe.
month and a half, dial everything in, man.
Got everything in. I got a month
Crunch
and a
time.
half to fix my issues. Um, and then we'll go out there and have some fun, man. I
Yeah,
mean, even with the fear of tearing shit up, right? It's still enjoyable. I don't worry too much about my arrows. Because arrows are replaceable, man. The experience is not,
yeah, definitely.
So, buying an arrow or two is not gonna matter. We shot some windy conditions yesterday.
Heck yeah.
Luckily,
Yeah, I broke an arrow yesterday.
yeah,
Hurt a little bit, but I think yeah. I mean, it was good, but what sucked is I just built them. Bought a new set of wraps, new veins, put it all together, and then go out there and break one day one.
yeah. Well,
So
I did the same thing with my ultra arrows, dude.
yeah,
I built them, and then we went to go shoot at Organ Mountain Bowman's
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
shoot, and I knew I shouldn't have done it. I was like, now I'm not sighted in for that far. I didn't want to take the shot, and then something in me just said,
fuck it.
send it.
Yeah,
And yeah, I put my pin up there and everything, and I shot, and missed, and I knew I was gonna miss. But I took the shot. I took the chance anyways. And
yeah, yeah,
how would you go find it? Like, no, that's just trash. It's
yeah.
all rock. I'm
My
not in it.
Yeah, my issue with shooting here is we're shooting with friends. So I start talking, and next thing you know, I'm not moving my sight, and that's what happened on that one. I the target was at 30, 35. The target before it was at 50,
Mm.
and I never moved my sight, and it's my fault because Chewy, we were shooting with Chewy, and he goes, "Hey, did you move your sight?" And I could let down and checked, and I go, "Yeah, I did," and then I shot it, and it
Yeah, you
wasn't.
did.
It didn't move it. I was like, "Dang it!"
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's cool though because like you said, we shoot with friends and stuff, and we're watching each other, and so no mistakes happen and stuff. And we want the best for each other. It's not like I don't tell them nothing.
yeah,
I'm competing against them. Don't tell them nothing. It's never been like that with any of the guys that we shoot with. Like now, we don't intentionally let anybody dry fire.
yeah. There's definitely no ill will. There's a lot of shit talking
Yeah,
and bullshitting.
and it doesn't even end with us, bro. Like kids will get in on it
Yeah,
fun too, and
yeah.
just uh, yeah, it's my daughter especially likes to
Oh
trash
yeah,
talk to everybody.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. She's fun.
she's going to be around when she's in a good mood. When she's in
Yeah,
a good mood,
yeah,
she's going to be
yeah.
around. I definitely don't want to be on her bad side.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we have a good thing going, and I think those packs, we'll take a look at them. The Millie Freak packs, we'll take a look at them, see how they operate, what we can
Yeah,
fit in them. Maybe they
yeah.
might not be a good purchase. If they're not, then probably go your route
The tube.
with the tube
Yeah,
and probably one of my Badlands big packs.
yeah, yeah. Around that, it wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad at all.
Yeah.
It's just those Munich Freak ones. They look a little bit more suited because it's basically just a bladder and the pocket for the slot for the arrows, and then a little bit of a compartment for some snacks.
Mhm.
So yeah, but yeah, man, pretty good little talk. I think on the next one we'll get into um some more topics. I want to pick your brain on mule deer, um, and then kind of recap. Um, are you gonna shoot the do they shoot cruces?
Um, it was brought up today, man. I won't be able to do Saturday because I got to work,
Right.
but I might be able to go up there on Sunday.
Cool.
But we'll see because I also have that project at the house that I finished
Right.
too.
Right.
Um, I don't plan on doing it, but if the time allows me to, I'd probably take a trip
I'm
up
gonna
there.
try to make it out there, but we'll see.
Are you gonna go Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see though.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I always try to support the other local clubs and stuff, and it's hard because before I was off on Saturdays and now I'm not. So um, yeah, it's fine now.
yeah, schedules.
Distance, yeah, and schedules. This year's gonna be a little bit crazier as far as scheduling goes. Because I got my niece in archery. Um, she'll probably be doing the early college archery. Hopefully that program goes through. But my daughter's also moving up to a different school.
Right.
She'll be with coach and doing that archery program, and then all the traveling and all the stuff. So we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
Right
Man.
now, hunting for me is on the back burner. But
Yeah.
as much as I say every year that I want to be out there more, I'm going to be out there more. The sequence of events that happened this year hasn't allowed me to get out there.
Man, definitely. Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll play by ear. And if I'm able to break free or anything, I'll reach out.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But if you do decide to go, hit me up. Let me know. And
Yeah, I haven't
good time.
decided. I haven't decided. I want to stay out there because man, I've been dying to, set up this rooftop tent and the awning and all that stuff. And
Yeah, yeah.
Charlie was saying he's gonna go on the next overnight shoot. So maybe take him out there, have him compete.
Little father son time.
Yeah, a little father son time. The outdoor stuff. Julie's been wanting to go camping, so maybe we can
Okay.
maybe get her out there for a day. And I'm also off on Monday, so um, that'll be different. So
Okay.
so we'll see. We'll see. But all right, man, it was a good talk.
Yeah, man. Always.
We'll jump on the next one and keep us going, man.
Yes, sir.
But, all right, man. We'll talk to you guys later on the next one. Make sure you guys keep an eye out for the next episode. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys later.
Peace.
Link in my bio. Subscribe.